Well, hello there. It's me again, and we are talking about hyperbolas. And today was day 2, so we were writing some equations, and I just wanted to clarify and do a couple extra examples with you guys. So this is worksheet 11, your homework, and I chose 3 problems to talk about, and they're 7, 9, and 11. All right, so here we go. The first one, number 7, says I have a horizontal hyperbola with a center at -2, 1, transverse axis length is 8, conjugate axis length is 2. Guys, they just handed us all the information we need. We needed to know the direction, done. We needed to know the center, done. Transverse axis is 2 times A. So 2A is equal to 8, which means the A value is 4. And we got the conjugate axis length, which is 2B, is 2, which means B is equal to 1. So let's write our equation. So it's horizontal, so that means x has to go first. So it's x plus 2, quantity squared. And so it's going to be A squared underneath, which is going to be 4 squared, which is 16, minus, because it's a hyperbola, y minus 1, quantity squared, over b squared. So 1 squared is 1. And that is equal to 1. And I'm done. So all I need to know is the direction, the center, the A, and the B. Number 9 is just like an example from our notes. But let's talk about it. Is it horizontal or is it vertical? Well, what we have to do is look at the x and the y values of the vertices. Take a look. The x values stay the same, but the y values change. So since there is a change in y, it means that the hyperbola is vertical. So the first thing I want to do is find the center. All right, so guys, let's take the average of the vertices, in other words, the midpoint. So -2 plus -2, those are my x values, divided by 2. -1 plus -3 divided by 2. So this ends up being -2, -2. Awesome. So this is the center. Alrighty, got the center. Let's find our A value. So remember, A is the distance from the center to each vertex. So here's the center, and then here's each vertex, guys. So how far is -2, -2 away from -2, -3? Well, those are just 1 apart, guys. So the A value is 1. Now, I also know the foci, so that will help me find my C value. The distance from the center to each foci is C. So from the center, -2, -2, to -2, -5 is 2 units apart. No, it's not. It's 3 units apart. So the C is 3. All right, so now we're going to find B. By doing A squared plus B squared equals C squared. It's early in the morning while I make this video, so excuse any mathematical errors there. A squared is 1 plus B squared equals, 3 squared, which is 9. So subtract over 1. And we get B squared equals 8, which I'm actually just going to pause on that. I'm not going to square root, because when I actually write the equation, I don't have to square. I'm going to have to re-square it anyway. All right, this is vertical. So the y has to go first. So it's y plus 2 quantity squared over A squared, which is 1, minus x plus 2 quantity squared over B squared, which is 8. Da-da-da. Oh, forgot the most important part. Mistake number 2 equals 1. There we go. Beautiful. Now the last one, this is different from our notes, and I definitely wanted to point it out. So number 11 says vertical hyperbola with the center at -6, 2, and a slope of the asymptotes is plus or minus 4/5. Then it gives us an extra piece of information that changes things up. It says the transverse axis has a length of 24. Okay, let's talk about that right away. Transverse axis has a length of 24. That means 2a equals 24. And that tells me by dividing by 2 that a is actually equivalent to the number 12. All right, these asymptotes, I talked about this. This is vertical. All slopes are change in y over change in x. And since this is vertical, the change in y correlates to the a value, and the change in x is the b value. Now, if I did not have this extra piece of information, then I would just stop there and I would say, oh, a is 4 and b is 5. But this extra piece of information totally throws a wrench because a is not 4, a is 12. But the slope of the asymptote is proportional to the a and the b value. So what I mean is this. If 4/5 is equal to a over b, but a is 12, then I actually can use the proportion to solve for b. If that makes any sense. So I'm going to cross multiply. I get 4b equals 60. And I'm going to divide the 4, so b is actually 15. Another way to think about it is this. Oh, this was supposed to be 4. 4 times 3 gives me 12. So I just have to take the b and also multiply it by 3 to be proportional, guys. So the b value is actually 15. And now I have everything because they gave me a lot of information. I know that this is vertical. I know the center. And now I know a and b. So now I just write the equation. It starts with y. So it's y minus 2 quantity squared. A squared, 12 squared is 144. Minus parentheses x plus 6 quantity squared over b squared, 15 squared, which is 225. And that equals 1. So that's that extra piece of information I referred to in class. And that is what we do. And those are the 3 examples that you could potentially see on your quiz. So I hope that this helped a little bit. My advice is just to stay really organized with it and just write down every little piece of information to come up with your equation.